The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 166. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of courageous women finding their inner journey to self-confidence 5 days a week. Want to learn how you can change your inner beliefs and attitudes? Download a free copy of the ebook by visiting thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a phenomenal lady on. She is a culinary nutritionist, and she's also the founder of Beauty Cleanse Solutions. So I'm really excited to have her on today. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Rowena Booth. Rowena, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Hi, Sheena. Hi, everyone. It's so wonderful to have me here, and thank you so much for inviting me. Once again, my name is Rowena. I'm a wife, a mother of a 17-year-old, and a culinary nutritionist who focuses on nutritional cleansing. I am the founder of the Beauty Cleanse Solution and an author of the 7-Day Beauty Cleanse Plan, which I just recently launched. I created Beauty Cleanse Solution to help support, empower especially women, improve their health, love themselves, care for their body with regular cleansing, nourish it with whole foods, because I do believe that, health and beauty comes from within. And the best ingredients are found in nature. So if we love our body, treat it right, give what it truly needs, our body will respond with an increased amount of vitality, energy, health, and beauty that is sustainable. Sheena, I'm talking out of experience. That's what I believe in over the years. And because I've been there, done that, I know what it's like.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. I totally believe taking care of your body is really important because it's really connected to you. It really, your body talks to you, right? And you may not realize that. So, I'm glad, you're helping women do that. And Rowena, what's your cultural background?
I was born and raised in the Philippines. My parents were both Filipino. I came to Canada in year 2004 to pursue my passion in culinary. Actually, just so you know, I actually graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering. So I know what you're thinking. It's probably, you're thinking it's a pretty big gap between engineering and what I do now. And I do have an explanation for that. To begin with, my father was an industrial engineer. And in Filipino culture, I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but in Filipino culture, at least in my dad's culture, someone has to follow their father's footsteps. And being their eldest kid, it had to be me. So I was brought up with that mindset during my elementary years and high school years. My mind was molded that someday I'll be working in the same industry where my dad used to work. And that's what happened. After I graduated, though, I was not happy. I felt something was always missing. So instead of pursuing it, I chose to embark on a solo journey. I traveled. That's how my passion in food was cultivated. After traveling and exploring different cultures, I became fascinated by their food and cooking practices. And that was a turning point, My career path changed from engineering to culinary. I went back home, put up a small-scale restaurant. And by operating a restaurant and catering services in Baguio City, that's where I used to live, this experience confirmed my path and created a desire for formal training. That's where I came to Canada.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And
you're welcome.
And I know, in Asian cultures, right, parents usually tell us what we're supposed to do instead of what we want to do. So I can totally relate. And Rowena, what's your favorite self-confidence quote?
Dear, I have so many. But the one that stands out and the one that have helped me over the years, that have helped me to get to where I am today, is this: step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and to discover yourself, your true self. It is okay to be scared, because being scared means you're about to do something really, really great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And I really believe too, stepping out of your comfort zone is something that we all have to do to be what we want to be, right? Because especially being women of Asian culture, it's really, we've been ingrained to just do what we're supposed to do versus doing what we truly want to do, have our our purpose or calling or vision. So it's really important to step out of that comfort zone so you can go to the other side and become the strong person that you're meant to be. In your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
This code has helped me to stick to my decision to pursue my passion when everyone around me, especially my parents, were against of me leaving my engineering degree behind. So I think it's the definition of self confidence for me is the ability to have faith in yourself and your ability to complete a task. Like I said, I stick to my decision to pursue my passion in culinary when everyone around me, especially my parents, are against of me leaving my engineering behind. And they said I was foolish to waste 5 years of university and go to a foreign place where I did not know anybody. And I just can't blame them. It was a big risk and indeed the scariest decision I've ever made in my life. There were lots of what if. What if they were right? What if I don't succeed? The money that I got from selling my car and property that my parents have given me when I was leaving the country was just enough for the tuition fee, and I did not have enough for my living allowances. Such a big risk, right? So I did not know what life would be in Canada if I ran out of money. But because I made up that decision that I would not go back to the Philippines to prove my parents I was wrong with my decision, and they were right. So I did not know how I was going to do it. All I know was I had this burning desire and passion that I wanted to pursue it and I'm going to make it happen. So yeah, I think it's the ability to have faith in yourself and your ability to complete a task.
Thanks for sharing that. And that's a great definition, right? Having faith in yourself is so important, right? Especially when no one around you believes in you. You have to build that up for yourself. And, that takes work. That takes daily work. So great definition. And, Rowena, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
My life was like before the discovery of the self-confidence is I was, I think, 23, 24 years old, and I did not have any sense of responsibility, and that includes financial. All credit cards maxed out. My mom ended up paying all of those because she was worried that I was going to get sued. I know it's embarrassing. And I was completely dependent on my parents when it comes to decision making as well. It's pretty embarrassing to admit, too, that I was dependent on others when I was back home because when I came to Canada, I did not know a lot of household things. The only thing I know was cooking because, of course, that's my passion and that's what I do. I want to do for a living, right? I didn't even know how to wash the dishes properly. I did not know how to do the laundry. I did not know how to mop the floor. Well, I learned all of that after working at a French restaurant in Vancouver as a dishwasher when I was a student. And I'm proud to say that was my very first job in Canada. And yeah, just Canada just taught me so much. Oh, in addition to that, regardless of those material things that I've mentioned before, I know for sure that before the discovery, I did not have true joy. I didn't have any satisfaction, and I didn't feel fulfilled at all, no matter what.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. So, what was that point in your life when you realized, you can do what you wanted? You are able to just take on whatever it is you had to take on, even if you didn't know half the things you did when you first came to Canada.
I would share you a little bit of my life-changing experience, what I've gone through after, learning all those things. It was a turning point of my life. It was during when my culinary career was taking off, when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And of course, everybody in my family was devastated. That's when I started making research about whole foods and natural cure to cancer. And also, I thought that would be a great way for myself and for my mom to help my mom because I was far away from them, right? So the following year, while she was recovering from chemo, my parents decided to come to Canada and spend some time with me as it's been a while since the last time they saw me. So they came over. We had such a great time, and I just realized, how much I misses them. Then 2 weeks before they were supposed to to go back home to the Philippines, a tragedy happened to my family, and it was my dad. The sudden death of my dad due to heart failure. So everybody got caught off guard, especially me. We brought his ashes back home to the Philippines, and then my mom just told us that, she was very positive that life must go on, and at least we still had our mom, because at that point in time, she was cancer-free, and we all thought that she was totally healed. But then, a year after my dad died, the cancer came back. It has been metastasized to her bones, and she lost the battle. So during that time, I was pretty stressed. I was very depressed. I was scared for my siblings and responsibilities again. And as I know, I need to step up as I'm the oldest in the family, right? I had all these negative thoughts and feelings. I guess it's because I become too comfortable with what I had after I finished my culinary school and secured a good job. I just stopped learning because I just stayed within my comfort zone. So I guess that was my most difficult time in my life. I even questioned God why bad things happen to good people sometimes, because my dad was a really good man. He's a great guy, same as my mom. He was only 59 years old when he died, and he still had a lot of plans and purpose in life, which he would have done if he's still alive. So it was pretty difficult. Then one day my friend brought me into a Christian church. I stumbled into this verse, for I know the plans I have for you. You probably must have heard of that. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. And that hit me big time. So I had to believe that something good would come out of this. I did not give up. And that's when my favorite quote, stepping out of your comfort zone, came in handy again. I told myself over and over again that it's okay to be scared because I'm about to do something really, really great. And that's when I discovered my calling life. I continue with cooking, learning the power of whole foods and herbs to boost the immune system became my primary interest. So I continued my studies in natural nutrition. So that's why I do what I do now.
Awesome. And, thanks for sharing that. I mean, having your parents pass away one year after the other, that's not something, that's easy to deal with, especially to find something positive to come after it, like you just going on, keep doing what you're doing, inspiring and empowering others to just live life according to their terms. So thanks for sharing that. And Rowena, to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in a similar journey. What would be that one tip you'd give to her?
To all the women out there, stepping out of your comfort zone is a scary place, for sure. But it feels great once you've done it. And you will only grow. It's only going to get better. You might find out something about yourself that's really special. And you might be really good at it. And if you're not, who cares? At least you tried something new and added value to yourself, right? So I would advise, don't stop learning and exploring.
Great tips. Thanks for sharing that. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Yes, they can follow my webpage on Facebook, Beauty Cleanse Solution, and I do have a website wherein you would find some information about my services. I offer some online services as well, beautycleanse.ca, and with the ebook that I mentioned a while ago, it's available online for purchase at Amazon and Blur.com as well. And for the Filipinos out there who's in the Philippines right now, it's currently just 99 cents for them.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Rowena, you can also head on over to thetowofselfconfidence.com and search for Rowena's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else we talked about. And I really just want to thank Rowena for taking the time to share her story with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, too, for having me.
It was an honor to have you on. So to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Visit thetowofselfconfidence.com for links to everything we chatted about today, as well as killer resources, gifts, and so much more. Subscribe to The Tao of Self-Confidence on iTunes or Stitcher to hear more stories of amazing women finding their inner journey to self-confidence.